Two major league pitchers, hundreds of thousands of dollars, a federal indictment, and a scheme that betrayed baseball itself. This is Coach's Tape by Baseball Authority. Today, we're breaking down the shocking federal indictment of Cleveland Guardians pitchers Emmanuel Clase and Luis Ortiz. They were accused of rigging pitches to help sports bettors win hundreds of thousands of dollars. This is one of the biggest gambling scandals in baseball history. On Sunday, November 9th, federal prosecutors in Brooklyn unsealed an indictment officially charging Emmanuel Clase and Luis Ortiz. They were charged with wire fraud conspiracy, honest service wire fraud conspiracy to influence sporting contests by bribery, and money laundering conspiracy. Luis Ortiz was arrested by the FBI at Boston's Logan International Airport on Sunday. Emmanuel Clase is out of the country and not yet in custody. If convicted on all charges, both pitchers face up to 65 years in prison. Let's talk about how the scheme worked. According to the indictment, the scheme began in May 2023 with Emmanuel Clase and later included Luis Ortiz in 2025. Here's what prosecutors say happened. Bettors from the Dominican Republic would coordinate with Clase and Ortiz before and during MLB games. They would wager on in-game prop bets, specifically whether a pitch would be a ball or a strike. Clase and Ortiz would intentionally throw pitches outside the strike zone, often in the dirt, to ensure that the bets won. Clase would often throw these rigged pitches on the first pitch of an at-bat. He communicated with bettors via text messages during games. Ortiz joined the scheme in 2025, agreeing to throw balls instead of strikes on specific pitches in exchange for bribes. Clase's actions are alleged to have benefited bettors by a sum of $700,000. Ortiz's actions benefited bettors by approximately $60,000. Here are some of the incidents from the indictment. On May 28, 2025, bettors wagered roughly $4,000 that a specific pitch by Clase would be a ball, but the batter swung and missed, resulting in a strike. About 20 minutes later, a bettor sent Clase an image of a man suspending himself with toilet paper. Clase responded with an image of a sad puppy dog face, even though his team won. On June 15, 2025, Ortiz agreed to throw his first pitch of the second inning as a ball in exchange for $5,000. Clase also received $5,000 for arranging it. Bettors made approximately $26,000 off that single pitch. On April 12, 2025, the indictment cited bets of about $15,000 for a ball or a hit by pitch and a velocity slower than 98.95 miles per hour. The pitch was an 89.4 mile per hour slider to Bobby Witt Jr. that bounced opening the ninth inning. These are just some of the many incidents detailed in the federal indictment, painting a picture of how deep and repeated the scheme really was. But Clase and Ortiz aren't the only professional athletes caught in gambling scandals recently. This indictment comes just weeks after Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier was arrested as a part of an NBA betting scandal. Rozier and his co-conspirators allegedly obtained insider information about games, including which players were healthy and active, and passed it along to bettors. More than $200,000 in bets were placed on Rozier's underline across multiple prop bets during a March 23, 2023 game, in which he left after playing less than 10 minutes. In 2024, MLB banned former San Diego Padres infielder Tucupita Marcano for life and suspended 4 other players: Athletics pitcher Michael Kelly, Padres lefty Jay Groom, Phillies infielder Jose Rodriguez, and Diamondbacks lefty Andrew Saul Frank, after they were discovered to have bet on baseball games not involving their teams. While sports gambling has been legalized across the country and shoved down our throats in advertisements, MLB and other leagues have strict rules that restrict certain behavior. MLB, for example, does not allow players to gamble on diamond sports, even on other teams. The message is clear: sports gambling has exploded in popularity, and the integrity of professional sports is now at risk. Emmanuel Clase and Luis Ortiz stand accused of rigging pitches, taking bribes, and defrauding betting platforms of hundreds of thousands of dollars. If convicted, they face up to 65 years in prison. But beyond the charges and the headlines, there's a deeper question, one that cuts to the heart of the scandal. Why? Why would Emmanuel Clase, a 3-time All-Star and 2-time AL Reliever of the Year, making $4.5 million this season on a $20 million contract, risk everything for a payoff from gamblers? Why would Luis Ortiz, earning over $780,000 this season, join him? Why would players already living the dream gamble with their careers for money they didn't, on paper, need? It's easy to forget, even for players with big salaries, there's immense pressure, especially from family, friends, and the broader community back home. The indictment notes, Clase began providing inside information about his pitches as early as 2023, but didn't start requesting payoffs until this year. For many athletes, supporting others often means carrying not just financial, but emotional and social pressure few fans can imagine. Sometimes that leads to decisions that seem impossible to justify. That's the mystery at the center of this scandal, a question that may never fully be answered. This isn't just a story of broken laws, it's a story of broken trust and the reality behind wealth and fame in sports. Money doesn't guarantee integrity, and temptation can reach anyone, anywhere. The investigation is ongoing. The trial will play out in federal court. But for Major League Baseball, the reckoning over gambling and why top athletes risk everything has only just begun. That's the story. That's Coach's Tape. If you enjoyed this breakdown, smash that subscribe button and check out baseballauthority.com for apparel made by ball players for ball players. We'll see you next time.